Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Washing Dishes on Shabbat, Part 2. The first year we mentioned, according to the Shulchan Aruch, Shin Chav Gimel, to wash with dishes clearly what you're doing if after Shabbat. Dishes, the end of Sudah Shlishi, another half hour after Shabbat is over, everyone's relaxing in the dining room and you're doing it, because I'm rushing after Shabbat, let me clean the dishes now. That clearly is prohibited. Dishes for sure, and glasses, there is a halachic assumption with glasses that often I need to drink glasses, but even there, if I know I'm finished, that's it. There's no need, I'm doing it just for after Shabbat, it is wrong. The Mishnah in the Aruch HaShulchan's language is that it's a tircha, to go ahead and prepare for after Shabbat, things I have no need for today. It's a tircha, it's unnecessary use of my energy on Shabbat. It's inappropriate. So what about other reasons to wash? Well, I don't need it now. My dishes, I'm not going to use them for Shabbat. But it's not just I'm doing it to save time after Shabbat. For example, if I leave the dishes in the house, in the kitchen, in the sink, I'm going to have bugs. And I don't want to have bugs. Now, on Shabbat, I don't want. So the Shmirat Shabbat, Perek Yud Bet, in the last version that was printed, writes that that's legitimate. That's a bona fide need on Shabbat. What about if my silver, it's sitting right now in the sink together with liquids and stuff like that, and it's going to get ruined. So, once again, Shmir Shabbat, quoting Rishon Mazamana, and others say that's a bona fide need right now. I don't want my silver ruined right now. It's sure I'm only going to use my silver after Shabbat or next week. For right now, I don't want that kilkul. I don't want it to be ruined, so therefore it is mutter to wash it now because I don't want it to get ruined. And that's considered legitimate, bona fide Shabbat washing. It's not considered tircha yitera, an unnecessary act for after Shabbat. What about the following? Right now, my dishes, I just cleared off the garbage from the dishes, the remains that I'm not using. And if I leave it as is, then 3-4 hours from now after Shabbat, it's going to be stuck on. It's going to be very hard to remove that after Shabbat, much harder than if I clean it now. So the Shemir Shabbat has a fascinating heter. And each person should talk to his or her posek, whether to follow the heter or not. But this is the Shmirat Shabbat Kirchata. And he writes that you could go ahead, before it gets caked on, you could put it into water. So you could have a bin of water inside the sink, and you could put all the dishes in. Because I'm not cleaning it for after Shabbat. Halachically, what I'm doing is I'm maintaining the state that it's in, meaning I'm preventing it from getting caked on. And therefore, I'm allowed to go ahead and stop a negative situation from developing. And therefore, I could go ahead and put it into the bin. He's not saying that putting in the bin of water is not an act of achana. That's not what he's saying. He's saying that maintaining the status quo, that is mutar. What's the difference between that? Why am I stressing that putting it in the bin is not what he's saying is the heter? It's just retaining its status. Because let's say it's already an hour after the meal and it's already stuck on. And now I'm going to put it in the bin. When I put it in the bin of water, what am I doing? I set up the bin, I put the dishes in the bin, and now I'm cleaning the dishes. I'm taking it from the state where it's caked on, and now I'm removing the status of being caked on. Why am I doing that? So I'm changing the status. Why? Well, if I'm disgusted by it, that's one thing. But if that's not the case, and it's not going to get ruined, so why am I doing it? I'm doing it just for the use after Shabbat. So Shmir Shabbat says that would be a problem. So if, before it's caked on, I want to keep the status where the dishes have some dirt, have some remains on it, but they're not caked on. So I want to keep it that way. So there, the Shmir Shabbat is Mako. A question we're going to leave off with to analyze in the future is, what about the following case? I want to rinse my dishes off. So if I want to rinse and clean them because I just don't want to have a clean house, so the poskim say that's a bona fide Shabbat use now. Shur Shabbos in the notes talk about that if you want to have it clean for yourself or for others. The Dir Shin Chav Gimel talks about you wanted to have it clean for your own use on Shabbat, fine. But let's say I don't want to clean out the dishes. I want to rinse them and put them into my dishwasher. Now, wait a second. What's going on there? So I'm taking them out of the sink because I don't want it in the sink on Shabbat. So what am I allowed to do regarding cleaning off my dishes? Can I scrape my dishes off and put the garbage in the garbage pail? And B, can I rinse it? What are my heterim? If my whole heter is simply, I don't like the way they look sitting in my kitchen sink. Okay, so just dump them, so to speak, into the dishwasher. You have to do no cleaning at all. Maybe scraping off would be a problem, which sounds weird. If I just dump everything with the garbage into the dishwasher, it sounds funny. But we have to categorize, understand what is mutter and why regarding preparing the dishes for the dishwasher on Shabbat, where the cleaning is going to be done after Shabbat. We'll explore that next year. Shalom.